Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So here you'll find plants, ramblings, tissues and tears. Hopefully no tears. Let's see if I can get my headspace into this video. I was very psyched up for this video, and then just before I could make it and start this, had a little tish, and now I'm just like, but anyway, we're gonna try to move on. Try. And my hair is bound and determined to I mean, we might as well just go like this the entire video. Would everyone like that? Because today, that's all my hair wanted to do. But anyway. So yeah. Now I'm in a weird mood. Anyway, this is like the most unpleasant angle. My phone is like long, and I have it literally zip tied to my shelf, so certain angles the camera will like warp things. But anyway, some things. I have like a lot of random different things. You'll probably notice recently on my channel that I have ads on my channel. I did not know whether I should say anything about this or not. I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but then I figured maybe I should kind of say something, or maybe a reason why, because ads are not really something I like when I'm on someone's channel, and I realize it's a pain for everyone else. I've gotten like, I put ads to make money. I don't make a whole lot, so don't think that, oh, I'm going to make millions. I don't. I've made like $1 maybe and some cents. I haven't checked yet. I'm kind of in like excitedly seeing how many cents that it goes up, which is actually the most I've made in about a month. That's how bad my Etsy shop is doing. So yeah, I figured maybe eventually when I finally do make enough to where I would get paid, which I'm not, like, maybe we should be like positive and be like, oh, I'll get paid one day. I'm thinking that by that time that I'm going to really need it, you know? So I'm thinking that maybe if I work hard, that enough things will happen, and there's going to come a time when it'll come and I'll just really need it. So I'll appreciate, you know, doing all this now. But anyway, that's one thing. So I'm not saying you have to click on an ad. You can do ads just like I do on everyone else's channel. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, so today I have new plants. I wasn't really planning on getting new plants today. But there was a bug of needing to go to Lowe's for something, and you know, I do not pass up a chance to go to Lowe's. Low nose. But anyway, we're gonna try to do it this way, because I'm kinda liking talking, like I feel like I'm talking to people. So you're like my people, so I feel like I'm talking to you. I hope that's okay, because I don't know. If not, sorry. I tried to do a new thing with my makeup today. I'm not about the whole winged eyeliner, so I like it more in person, but on camera it's just kind of like, what do you got on the side of your face? Like, you look a little funky. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's part of my personality. This is one that I got today. Like, see, the camera's like way up there. It's like pink and pretty. It is extremely wet. It actually, that's why, because I was going to do a video of just kind of like, when you bring one home, you know, like what to do. Because the other ones that I had, I made a video of, and I was like, I probably like picked too much crap off of it. Like I pruned it too much. I'm stuttering. I pruned it too much in the video because it's like a habit. Like, I just want to like dig in there right now. But I think I might save it for a video. But I had to like take the plastic off because it was like, it had like bulge of water, and like, I desperately would love to have a job of just taking care of the plants. Not that I would be good at it, but like someone somewhere is failing on the whole watering Lowe's job department. I guess I should. Do you want to know that it's Optimera? This is what you get at Lowe's. This is what I get at Lowe's. So I have a lot of Optimera. And there's like spider webs in it. Yuck. Spiders. So anyway, it does need some TLC. I'm not really quite sure what it is. I don't think I have it. If I do, it hasn't bloomed. So I don't know if I do or not. Maybe I got multiples. Whatever. This one I know I don't have. Let's see, did I check to make sure what was around me that you could or couldn't see? Like, I don't want to have like random underwear laying around. Not that I have random underwear laying around because today was laundry day, so just FYI. I say a lot. I noticed in the last video it was just like but I was trying to process a lot. But anyway. This is my other one. I like that it's got like it's like rimmed with like whitish. White? Yeah, so, and like my lights are too bright it washes them out, and that's better. And this was not as wet, but you can tell we love a wiggly leaf. No, we really don't. Can we tell Lowe's? Stop it, Lowe's. Stop overly watering your African violets. And you need to have a better selection in Delaware, that's all. Anyway, so we're gonna, toss that aside. I'll not be able to find that later. Oh, it's over there with the non-sponsored perlite that I didn't really want to get because it's got fertilizer in it. This is going to be a crazy, weird, all over the place video, so I apologize now, but if anybody has been watching me, it's usually all over the place with a bunch of weirdness and probably some tears along the way and some sniffles. So yeah, I saw an orchid. It's not really like it's been sitting there for a few weeks. I think it's probably there when I bought my other ones. The other two. And I'm pointing out to the one that I'm having issues with. I think the blooms are like it's like dying, but I checked the roots and they look fine. I mean, like nothing's been rotting out. So I think it's just their time to go, which kind of sucks because it has some blooms on it right now that are buds. I should say buds, be more specific, that haven't opened up yet. So it's like it would have been just really killer if all of them were open at the same time. I've named her Big Bertha because she is extremely tall. She does not fit on like any shelf I have. I can only put her on the top shelf, and she's got like a 4-inch clearance to my ceiling, and that's pretty much it. The new shelf I have is actually taller than my old shelf. I can't put anything up there. I tried putting a poinsettia up there because I have a really large poinsettia. I tried putting my poinsettia up there and it got 2 feet smaller than what it's really supposed to be. I was like, oh, okay, guess we gotta find some other, places. But I got it because I loved the pattern of it. You can see it's kind of, it's done. Lost some buds, but I saw potential because I'm kind of like, gotta have the patterns and the colors, and I really like the patterning, Heather can't say no. But anyway, I actually did just repot it when I came home because it was in straight up moss. And there's one thing that bothers me, and I don't know where it's at. Let me go get it. Let me pause this and go get it. Okay, so I've been getting my orchids from the same place in Lowe's. Usually it is, I can't even think of the name. I don't know if they're Costa Farms or something else. This one doesn't say it, of course. It's usually from the same place. Usually the same container, although I have gotten one that's really different, which I wish it was one of these. Ironically, the one that's plastic and chintzy is actually a watercolor one, which is like twice the amount of these, which these are like $16.98 or something. But what really kills me is one, The media is always different. Sometimes they'll have bark chips. Sometimes they'll have a mix of bark chips and sphagnum moss. Sometimes it'll have just sphagnum moss. Sometimes it'll have bark chips and sphagnum moss. It's just like, or it'll have bark chips and then sphagnum moss on top. It's like, one, make up your mind. And you need to stick with it. Like, if your minis need to be in sphagnum moss, put your minis in sphagnum moss. Or, you know, if your watercolors need to be in one media, put those in one media. Another thing that kills me, and this has actually only happened once, mind you, these are all the same price. But this one, not this one, the one that I just showed you has this chintzy little plastic. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And mind you, lately, our orchids I've been getting are like 3-4 foot tall. What is this going to do for something that's got like 4 or 5 leaves? I mean, hello. Anyway, but like, you know, normally they'll send me, and I'm just showing you this as an example, like the really hard, you know, plastic one. Like, for $16.98, can you be consistent? This is not like, this did not just totally turn into like a rambling review. But like, you know, I mean, if we're going to spend $17 per orchid that is annoyed, that has no ID for someone who doesn't know what annoyed means, be consistent. Not to mention that you need to have your mix a certain way, because not everyone is capable of caring for orchids like they should. I mean, I know the whole ice cube issue. I've seen videos of people like completely dissing it, and I'm just like, you do what you do you. That's my thing. You do you. If it works for you, if it doesn't, doesn't. I can't really say if it harms a plant or not, because plants don't talk to me personally. Now if they make a video about plants talking, actually they probably do. They make vegetables talking. I think Toy Story really scarred me for life. I just have to say that, because I really firmly believe that everything has feelings now, and I don't want to get rid of anything, because they're just, while I'm asleep, they're like talking of how they can like stay. And no, I don't think about toys, and I don't really have toys. Some, like, you know, like the childhood stuffed animals that you just can't bear to get rid of. I'm too much of a traditional person. Anyway, I was rambling on about orchids, but yeah, I want something, I would like to have something consistent, because for me, $16.98, excuse me, is a lot, especially if you're going every week, and sometimes you get more than one. They're just phals. It's not like I'm getting dendrobiums or any of the other little fancy ones, because Lowe's in Delaware can't get that. Yeah, it would just be nice to be consistent, and maybe people won't throw them away or kill them, because they're so easy to kill. Speaking of, no, I don't know. No, I'll talk about it. Hold on. Pausing. And we're back. I need some, like, you know, away music and comeback music. Story time. This was part of my, can I kill it, can I save it, you know. This was the one that had the 3 spikes. They were white, and I was like, at one point, this would have been a really, really pretty orchid. It was. Until it was neglected, overwatered, and then until I got it home, and then tried to kill it. No, actually, I'm trying to save it, but I think the last thing I did, I think kind of, it was one of those, oh, don't do that again. So in one of the videos I talked about, like, I think it was one of the Can We Save It videos, of the tea and lemon mixture, which that worked fine. Don't get me wrong, that worked. They perked it up. Not completely all the way. So when I did it again, and this is where I messed up, and this is where, you know, this is a lesson. Don't do this. I put in like a drop of Super Thrive, thinking, oh, it just needs a little bit of boost, you know? Like, what could it hurt? It could hurt a whole lot. I'll get that later. Yeah, I was like, Let's see if I can, and not fall. I was like, I picked it out of the container and I was like, holy snot rocket, what did I do? I mean, it didn't do anything to that leaf, but these two leaves, I mean, and then the other day I looked at it to see how it was doing, and then there's this. Can you see the leaf? Right in there. Right in there. I was like, what is it doing? And why? There, I still have this one little nub of a root. Nothing else. It's not rotting. But like, why? I tried to kill you. But anyway, and then I was just upset because this was like the one decent leaf, and then, you know, it's... So I feel really bad for punishing her because I feel like she's already been punished enough, and now I just tried to... I burned her. I feel like I burned her. I don't want to burn my plants. I don't want to kill them. You know, here I was going on about how at one point she was the prettiest plant, and then look what Heather did. See, I'm not like a genius at plants. Let me tell you, I struggle with plants. I even struggle with African violets still, and I'm going to get into that. Orchids are still new to me because I don't know what that is. Maybe from getting emotional earlier. I have a lot of makeup on, so getting emotional with all this on would not be pretty. It just wouldn't. So I guess this is my fault for being completely distant from everybody and then trying to dive headfirst and be bound and determined to be sociable. And you know, when you're alone, you don't have to worry about whether someone likes you, if what you say is wrong, because it won't matter. You're alone. You don't have to worry about all these things that you worry about with other people. You don't, it doesn't matter if you upset somebody because you're talking to yourself. So if you upset yourself, you're going to have to deal with yourself. You don't, I mean, you don't have to worry about making them mad. You don't have to worry constantly. I constantly worry about everything I say. Even everything in this video, I worry about, will they take it the wrong way? Will I offend somebody? And I will play it over and over again. So I know that's a me thing, but like, you won't have to worry about that. But I do this, and then, you know, when something I do or say upsets people, it bothers me because I don't like upsetting people. I don't like upsetting people. Dang it. We were not going to do this. So when someone gets upset by something I did or said, it's just like, okay. And then, you know, when everything you do and say is wrong, then you go on YouTube and you start trying to talk about plants and then cry in the middle of it. Anyway, we're not going there because I don't want everyone who's subscribing, because I've gotten a lot of subscribers lately, so I really appreciate it. I don't want you guys thinking that I cry all the time, and I don't actually. I've been told by many people, including psychics, that I need to stop holding in everything I feel, because I've gotten numb in the last 3 years, which I have to a certain extent. Although, ironically, last video was me 20 minutes of me crying, but that's beside the point. So anyway, I tell you, my life is not this dramatic. It's scary. Anyway, something African, let's get back onto African violets, because I wanted this to be about African violets, and this has like been nothing but everything. This one was from my last unboxing video. It is, and I don't think it's wanting to get a decent, because I think I got too much going on in the back. But anyway, I'll probably make a picture. This is Harmony's White Lace. I got this from, I can't think of the name, but I got it in an unboxing video, and this is the only one I've ever done. And that's starting to bloom, which I like. I'm on Instagram all of my violet stuff and orchids, Lucy Blooms with a Z, on Instagram. If anyone wants to follow, I had actually thought about changing the name of this channel to that, because this is my personal account. This is where I view all of everybody else, and I mean, I've had this since YouTube was a thing and you needed an account. Back in 2009, I think I looked at. I don't need that anymore. I'll get that later. Next week. Literally next week. Okay, maybe not next week. So I thought about it, but then people would have to follow that channel, and I didn't want it to be confusing, and I didn't want to confuse myself, and I really didn't know how it worked. So I left it as is, but I didn't put in the Lucy Blooms. So I don't know if I really want to start putting in, because I don't know if that would be confusing for people who are watching and going, okay, this person is this name, she goes by this nickname, but yet her channel video uploads show this name. You get my point? So I can truly make a simple video be like 30 minutes long. This is why my phone is constantly saying, you don't have enough space. I don't have enough space. Another thing. Oh, speaking of African violets, on Instagram, I got a new follow over the weekend from the actual official African Violet Society of America, which, if anyone knows me really, really well, I've been really wanting to sign up, but I just haven't been able to have the extra funds for it. And it was something that would have meant a lot to me to sign up, and I still haven't done it, and it's really bothering me. I was kind of hoping Santa would pull through, but I think Santa felt a little bit pinched for money, that because I'm just so easy to buy for. Because I mean, you can just buy plants and or workout clothes, because I live in that. I don't usually live in this. This is weird for me. This feels too much. Because I really would just like to remove all this and just. This is bothering my eyeballs. I've been wanting to itch my eyeballs all day long. But anyway, rambling number 358. Here all day. Maybe we shouldn't do face to face, because I just sit here and go, think. Maybe this will be an outtake. So I had someone, ask me, I made the comment of how I was struggling with African violets, and she was like, well, what seems to be the problem? So I went in through the whole leaf situation that I've been going on since October. It had slightly lessened, and then it's been picking back up. So, and I don't think it's really ever recovered, because, I mean, I've already taken the trash out, but I mean, if you know, well, I don't want you to notice my trash, but I mean, like, my trash can is full constantly of leaves, because as soon as I get like 3 leaves growing, I've already pulled off 6. So, if you compare a video from like when I first started to like now, you'll notice they're a lot smaller. Like, I remember them used to being full and big, and I mean, wouldn't have enough space, and now I can fit like 20 of them because they're so small, whereas before it may have been 10. Granted, that is a different shelf, but anyway. She gotten one person to comment, which I think is one of the staff members, maybe, I think, and she first told me to isolate and repot it, and I was like, if I repot everything, that would be my entire collection, including isolating it. I'm like, how am I going to isolate an entire collection? But another thing that's really confused me, I told her that I did have a few that I already isolated beginning of this year. I was going to say this summer, but because they were showing major signs of that issue, the leaf issue. Excuse me, salads, call them a name. But they are not showing that issue like all of these. But all of these are still showing that issue. So she told me to get them tested, which I had already contacted somebody about a phone number. So I think that is my next step. I'm thinking that nobody knows what's going on with them. I've gotten everything from every bug to every disease, and nothing's really working. I'm not really happy that I have to repot my entire collection because I spent a lot of money on that repotting stuff, that it's only been about 6 months, which people say you should do it every 6 months, but how many of us really repot our violets every 6 months? Anybody? I'm sure there's a lot of people going, this is why you repot every 6 months, Heather. Sorry. Soil's costly for me. So we're going to contact them and hopefully they can help me, because I would like to get to the bottom of this, because I feel like my collection isn't up to par as to how I speak and talk. If I'm going to sit here and make videos about how you should care about African violets, my African violets should kind of show for it, and it's almost kind of embarrassing to talk about this, and I'm like, well, that leaf is like dead over there, and that one's got brown spots on it, and some of them I'm kind of left on there for just visual purposes, because of how the plant is. Like, if you take the leaves off, it just looks scraggly and weird. But I would like to get to the bottom of this, because I'm tired of every day taking off a brown leaf and not really understanding or knowing why. And it would be great to know why, and then maybe someone somewhere is going to have the same problem as you or me, and I might help you. I don't know. So another 30-minute long video of nothing. Anyway, thanks for putting up with this, because it's hard. It's hard. Like I said, I was so in the mood to make a video, and I was going to be upbeat, and then it got destroyed. And normally the me from these last 3 years would have just hid, completely deactivated, shut down, disappeared, but I can't. I can't keep doing that. But anyway, my phone is blinking. Thanks for watching. Bye.